Okay, so let's talk about Don't Worry Darling. Don't Worry Darling just got its first trailer yesterday, officially released. They had already shown some footage at CinemaCon, but this is Olivia Wilde's sophomore film. It basically stars Florence Pugh, Harry Styles. We also have Olivia Wilde in here, Chris Pine, Gemma Chan, Kiki Lane, Nick Kroll, and so many more. So we heard about this movie when it was pretty much being pitched by Olivia Wilde when she was saying that it was basically Truman Show meets Matrix. And just those two titles alone made me say, I'm already sitting at this theater watching this movie. You don't have to tell me anymore. But now we got this trailer yesterday, and I'm even more like ready to get this movie like going. So this movie basically follows Alice and Jack, and they are very much so living a very comfortable and very like lavish lifestyle. They're going to parties, they're going to dinners, they're having friends over, they're going to friends' houses, swimming pools, all the 9 yards that you could ask for, right? Well, there's a little secret going on here called Victory Project, and all that seems like paradise might actually be a nightmare from the looks of it. So, very much so, Alice starts to wonder in the trailer, is this all there is to life? Life is this perfect. What else is there to do, right? This is where we actually see Chris Pine's character, who is this sort of CEO, I believe, of the company that most of the men in this universe are working for. And they are working for Victory. Now, Victory pretty much is top secret. There is no ins or outs of what happens in this company, and everybody pretty much just deals with it. The women are left to stay at home while the men go work, and they have no clue exactly what is going on here. Alice starts to see behind all of this that there is something much more going on here, as everything seems to be fake as it looks. I mean, she cracks an egg and nothing comes out. And there's a part in the trailer that I thought was very interesting where we actually see her, it looks like touching a dome of sorts. And then I'm just like, okay, so what is going on here, right? Is this sort of a simulation or what? So the way that Olivia Wilde described the Truman Show and Matrix very much so makes me believe that they are in a world, a made up world, of course. And this is definitely with the Matrix having two different like worlds where you could actually live with the truth, or you can see the inside for what it is and just live there in this lie, or sort of like how we also see with the Truman Show that everything is orchestrated and it is just a show. I do believe that Jack, as a CEO of Victory, has more like sinister intentions than what we're letting on to believe. And this movie alone already has us seeing that there is something to uncover here. So I don't think we've even gotten to the craziest part about whatever is going on here. Gemma Chan is playing Chris Pine's wife here, so it looks like she's also at a breaking point in some of the shots here. So she's probably a little bit more knowing in what's going on than the other women in the trailer. But it seems that some of the women also here don't want this sort of fakeness to end either. Just from the looks of them talking about it, where they're saying like, oh, we have to stay here, it's safe, we don't question what happens with them, let them do their work, we're pretty much here reaping these benefits. But at the end of the day, I think Alice wonders, are these benefits, or is this like we're pretty much like jailed in here? And I think that she's trying to uncover this as well. So I think that we are definitely going to be seeing a ton of twists and turns in this movie, a lot of alliances, a lot of backstabbing to get to the root of it all. But in my theory, and here we go, this is a long shot here, I think that Jack being CEO of Victory Project is one of two things. Either Jack is, okay, so first of all, this world is not like the real world. I think that this is set in the near future or distant future, and whoever Victory Project is set this fake world in the 50s because they're trying to do something here. They're trying to test something out. Whether that's either a way for them to sort of see how much control they can have over people, or it could be more simpler than just these misogynistic men trying to relieve this like very bad like time for women. Whether one of those two scenarios, whatever it is, it could be. But the world is fake. The world isn't existent. There isn't anything here like realistic here. Everybody's wired in somehow. Now, I at first also thought that this was some Stepford Wives thing, and we were going to see like something like that take place. Some brainwashing maybe also could have been another possibility. But the more I remember what Olivia Wilde said about the Matrix and everything I think everybody's wired into this world, and they could be in like a near future from our present time, not the 50s, or a very distant future, and they're just all wired into a machine, and this is all just a simulation. I think that's the whole thing about it. One of the things that I think about is whether or not this is all happening by a couple of people, or maybe the men aren't real and the women are, like, like that could also be a possibility here, where only the women are wired into this world for some reason, or a couple of them. There's a lot of things here, because some people could actually be real people and some of these people can actually be NPCs. So once we start getting into theories and everything, we're all over the place, right? Because there's so many ways we can branch off into this, like who's real, who's not, who's wired in, who isn't. Are they just brainwashed? Is this the real time we're in? There's a ton of stuff here, but in my honest opinion, I think it's a simulation that's going on. Like I said, I think it's in the future. I think that they are trying to sort of create this sort of control to have over whoever it is at the moment, and they're just testing all as much as they can test to pretty much test the limits of whatever technology they have, because Jack seems pretty adamant in knowing what does Alice think about all of this and why does she believe this. And I think this is because he's sort of having these tests being done to see how far he can push this technology and if it's working or not. So I definitely think that, as I said, something much more sinister is going on here. This technology seems to be very powerful, and they're trying to get all the tweaks out before they really go forward with it. So, like I said, this trailer, all of this for this one trailer, but I'm very excited for this movie. It is definitely on my top list of 2022. And when I first heard about it, I was excited because I think Olivia Wilde did such a great job with her first film, Booksmart. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. Definitely one of the best movies in the last 10 years. And I'm excited to see what she does with this one next. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on the trailer for Don't Worry, Darling. Will you be watching this in theaters or not? It should release around September, I believe, September 22nd. Not too sure, but it should be releasing in September, so super excited for that. And that's going to do it for me. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel. On the road to 21,000 subscribers, less than 300 to go, so super pumped for that. At 25,000 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway. We have Moon Knight this week, we have Atlanta, and we have Multiverse of Madness, so a ton of stuff to talk about as well. So as always, that is going to do it for me. Check out the video on the left if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on. Subscribe button is clicked. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Make sure you follow me on the social media. Should be provided on the screen at the end of the video. And also check out the video on the left. As always, stay safe, stay positive, my friends.